Spirit Halloween exclusive. Tony Fake Wise Guy. Pizza YouTube Grifter costume. Cry about rent one night. Brag about being untouchable the next. What's inside the bag? Fake mob resume, complete with "I knew Sammy the Bull" scribbled in crayon. Plastic cup of coffee and cigarette prop. Never leaves his hand, even when begging for super chats. Dog puppet named Leon. Comes pre-stuffed, no feeding required. T-shirt with stains. Authentic sauce marks for that live stream on the sidewalk look. Cardboard sign reads "Donate or I'll spill secrets" in crooked Sharpie. Grifter goggles. Helps you see imaginary connections to every wise guy from Brooklyn to Sicily. Optional add-ons sold separately. Iceman poisoned my cheeseburger. Story expansion pack. YouTube Live Donate pop-up window blinks every 30 seconds. Bonus untouchable sound button. Press it and hear "I was made kid, made." Warning, costume may spontaneously start rambling about RICO cases, ex-wives, and rats in the chat. Caution, extended wear may cause urges to grift from your neighbors.
If Bambi Palermo ever rolled up on me, I'd stuff her in her own trunk.
Muggs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick? It's from the mall.
A Pizzaverse Grimm tale, the Mother Goose Underworld. A Bambi Palermo and Vincent DiPrio production. A Pizzaverse Studios fairy tale crossover event where every rhyme's a crime. The world before the fall, long before the live streams, before the fake wise guys and the podcast prophets, there was Mother Goose. Not the one from the kiddie books, nah. This goose was the real deal. She ran the rhyme game from a smoke-filled den behind a bakery in Hempstead, where the cappuccinos steamed like spells and her words bent reality. She gave fairy tales their first breath, every line, every legend, every moral. But power don't stay pure for long. The rhymes became currency, the stories became leverage, and the goose, she became a queen. Her lieutenants ran things by the book literally. Jack Sprat handled the collections. Bo Peep ran the sheep rackets out east. Little Boy Blue worked the docks in Montauk. And Humpty Dumpty? He watched the walls, security, old school style. For a while it worked. The nursery rhyme Underworld was balanced, until one day a new storyteller crawled out of the digital gutter and started telling lies so loud, the world started forgetting the truth. His name was Tony Bum Pizza. Pizza wasn't born bad, he chose it. A wannabe wise guy with a webcam and no past, he figured if he shouted loud enough online, somebody might mistake noise for history. He claimed to have inside stories about fairy tale legends. Said he was the guy who taught Jack how to climb the beanstalk. Said he bankrolled the Three Little Pigs. Said he dated Goldilocks before she went soft. Problem was, he never left Long Island, never climbed nothing but a pizza box tower, and every time he opened his mouth, another real story disappeared. Mother Goose saw it happening. Her stories, twisted, turned into live stream clickbait. Her name replaced by his hashtags. Her rhyme empire getting rewritten by a fraud. That's when she made the call. The message came folded in pastry paper, slipped through the slot of La Lupa Pasticceria, 3 words written in red ink. He's rewriting history. Bambi Palermo read it once, sighed, and poured herself another espresso. You don't ignore a call from Mother Goose, not if you want to live. So she made the calls the old crew, the ones who didn't flinch when bedtime stories bled. Lopez showed first, trench coat, shadows in his eyes, still playing both sides between the bureau and the family. Admiral Impeach rolled in next. Crisp suit, navy tattoo peeking out his cuff, still moving like every decision was a classified operation. Aaron the Brain Schulte brought the tech laptop open, eyes wired, already digging through Tony's digital empire like a surgeon with a switchblade. Anthony Sessa came leaning against the bar, smooth talker, cold thinker, the guy you send when you need something done quiet. Joey Dimes followed, smelling like cologne and trouble. Never unarmed, never unfunny. Frank Pecoraro entered last, slow and steady, the vice president who carried the weight of 10 lifetimes of loyalty. Behind them came the rest of the Pizzaverse. Deb, Marta, Willie, Angie, Freestyle, KFAM, See No Evil, Tommy, and Theandu. Each one brought a different skill, charm, chaos, rhythm, violence, vision. Together, they weren't a team. They were a family built from stories that survived every lie, and they had a new mission, to take back the rhymes. Tony's empire wasn't flesh and blood. It was data and delusion. He'd hacked into Mother Goose's Book of Origins, the source of every rhyme, spell, and moral, and he was using it to rewrite tales in his own name. He turned Jack Be Nimble into a pyramid scheme. He made Mary Had a Little Lamb about crypto investments. He claimed the Muffin Man ran a mob in Yonkers, and he told anyone who'd listen that he was the real boogeyman. The world believed him because in the age of content, truth don't stand a chance against confidence. Bambi watched it happen with fire in her eyes. He's stealing our stories. He's poisoning memory. And for what? Lopez answered quiet. Attention. Same reason anybody sells their soul now. So they built the Pizzaverse task force, a fairy tale cleanup crew. Their goal? Restore balance to the mythos before the world forgot what was real. They met at midnight in an abandoned diner off Route 110, the Golden Egg, once a Mother Goose safe house. She was there waiting, sitting in a cracked booth, black leather jacket, white hair tied back like a retired outlaw. You kids think you can fix this mess? She asked. He's infecting timelines. He turned Humpty into a talk show host. Little Miss Muffet's on OnlyFans. Old King Cole's a DJ in Queens. Bambi smirked. Then we unwrite him, one story at a time. Admiral Impeach lit a cigar. How we startin'? Mother Goose slid a feather-shaped USB across the table. This is the master file. All the tales, all the code. Find the virus, erase him. Aaron took it, already typing. If we fry this, we fry history itself. Sessa grinned. Then let's make history. The coordinates led to an underground server farm in Ronkonkoma. Rows of neon-lit racks hummed like sleeping dragons. Screens everywhere playing Tony's face in endless loops. He was live, screaming into the void. I am the real deal. The rest of them, fugazis. Lopez and Bambi stormed the front with warrants, real and fake. Impeach and Frank came in through the maintenance tunnel. Freestyle and KFAM set off sonic decoys outside, beats echoing like thunder. Aaron launched a virus dressed like a nursery rhyme. Sessa slipped in behind the villain's chair. Tony spun around, sweaty and smirking. What, you think you can delete me? I'm the story now, sweetheart. Sessa's voice was ice. Nah, you're just a bad rewrite. He shut the system down. Aaron's code purged the lies. And the screen went dark for the first time in years. Mother Goose took back her book. She flipped through the pages, blank now, waiting for new stories. She handed it to Bambi. You're the keeper now. The world remembers what you write. Bambi closed it softly. Then we write truth. Lopez smiled faintly. The world could use more of that. From that day, the fairy tale racket was reborn, clean, balanced, poetic. Jack fixed the beanstalk business. Goldilocks opened a security firm, Just Right Protection. Little Red started a delivery empire. And the three little pigs? They built Long Island's strongest construction company. The stories lived again, this time under the Pizzaverse banner. Weeks later, Bambi sat outside La Lupa Pasticceria, watching the sunrise, smelling espresso in peace. Lopez pulled up, car still humming. You ever think we're part of the story now? Bambi smirked. Nah, Lopez, we are the story. From somewhere far off, a voice echoed Tony Bum Pizza, still yelling into the abyss. Nobody listened. The moral? Every story's got a villain. But not every villain gets remembered. In a world full of storytellers, The truth ain't always pretty, but it's the only story that lasts. We ain't fairy tales, we're survival tales. This has been Bambi's Grimm Tales, the Mother Goose Underworld, a Pizzaverse Studios production. Subscribe, stay loyal, and don't let the rats rewrite history. 'Cause even in fairy tales, some endings gotta bleed. Thanks for watching. This time, Tony Pizza, the country's most feared gangster. As we first reported back in September, he was once the boss of New York's Gambino crime family. He ruled by extorting, intimidating, or murdering not only his mob rivals, but legitimate businessmen, law enforcement officials, and anyone else who got in his way. After Pizza was arrested in 1993, he cut a deal with the government to testify against the mob in exchange for leniency. The details were instrumental. The deal fell apart, but not before Pizza gave prosecutors a detailed history of how he took control of some of this country's leading industries and how he personally participated in the murders of 36 people. That's right, 36 people. We met Pizza at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City, just before he was shipped out to a maximum security prison to serve a life sentence. Not one, but 13 life sentences, plus 455 years, despite a lifetime of violence and treachery. Pizza says nothing beats being a mafia boss.
Without any interruptions, without jerk-offs trying to spin my story and fucking, they're still in denial that, I went to the Floridian diner and, Richard Kuklinski was there, I ate the cheeseburger, I got sick, I went to the hospital, I was in the hospital for 5 fucking days with dye tests, and they were trying to figure out what made me sick. But, they weren't looking for cyanide. But I made it. I lived. He spoke about it. He didn't say my name, but he spoke about it. And for Frankie, who I was with before I went to Florida and opened up Cafe Bocce with the Coppola family, okay, from Harlem, the Coppola family from Harlem, and I was down there helping them, and Craig Coppola called Frankie and said, guess who I got with me? Because Craig was from Mill Basin, just like Frankie was. And we were all friends. I met the Coppolas through Frankie. So, he said, guess who I got with me? He said, they should send him to Desert Storm. Nothing will kill that motherfucker, because they had that chemical warfare. Right? So, he made that comment that they should send me to Desert Storm. And I didn't understand why. Why would he say that? Nothing will kill me. Well, why would he say something like that? And it took years until they did these documentaries with the Iceman, and I said, oh shit, I knew that guy. I used to sit next to him in a spot on Avenue U. There used to be a little luncheonette on Avenue U he used to come to and sit and do crossword puzzles. I never knew he was a hitman. I never knew anything about him. You don't ask questions when you're in that life. You don't ask people what they do. You meet them, hey, how you doing?
Gambino and Colombo family, a force and a tear to tell my story. The Iceman poisoned my cheeseburger and I beat him. Hector Camacho in a street fight. I fought in MSG with Floyd Patterson and Jerry Cooney were watching. I spent $20,000 a week with Sammy the Bull. Yeah, right. Tony the Con-Man. Tony the Con-Man. Tony the fucking Con-Man. Yeah, right. Tony the Con-Man, Tony the Con-Man, Tony the fucking Con-Man. I was mistaken for Joey Molino when I was in South Philly and interviewed by the media. I shared champagne with John Cena in Florida when Mikey the Bat was killed. Tucker kissed me on the forehead and said they don't make men like us anymore. I was arrested in Utah with a machine gun on my way to watch Sammy the Ball. Yes, sir. Tony the Bomb. Tony the Bomb. Joey Bang Bang from the Bronx, the Varios, the Testers. I was hog-tied and thrown off a bridge, only to be saved by a clever. I hung out with a guy named Captain Chaos. Sonny Francis used to bounce me off his lap and feed me bacon. Yeah. Don't need a storyteller. Don't need a storyteller. Don't need a fucking storyteller. The FBI used to watch me from the van while I panhandle from my refrigerator box like a filthy ball. I spent 20 years with Peter Pasta and Sonny Francesi and Michael for 2 years. People watch my Maltese cross 3 times in Malta, all the way in Malta. Sean ain't dead. Tony is scumbag. Tony is scumbag. Tony, you fucking scumbag. You can't be something you're not. Fake mobster, cop collar, king doctor, king top feet, cheap black for cold dancer. Shaka shaka boo boo. You're squatting in that abandoned camp, betrayed in your sense of their hard-earned money. Their hard-earned money. Devising new schemes to steal more of that money. Their hard-earned money. Tony the grifter. Tony the grifter. Tony the fucking grifter. Give me more money or it'll leave you too. Give me more money or we'll get rid of Leon. Give me more money, I'm looking for a job. Might call the cops, Joey Diamond.